Well, I guess the first thing I'm going to do today is, you can see those lights over there. I got one that's out, needs a ballast. And I was going to do a little blurb on ballasts. A lot of guys are having trouble with their lights getting bright in the wintertime. Even the big fat tube, 4-tube type fixtures, if you change to a T8 bulb, which is the smaller diameter bulb, these electronic ballasts, as you can see, will start all the way down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And they're slightly dim when they start, but they warm up and they're fine. But they will start and burn fine. The T8 bulbs, which are, oh, I don't know if we can do this or not, we'll try it, which are this style, they're smaller. And they do fine. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and change that ballast out. I'll go figure I got the little white car right here underneath, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get up above there, but I'm sure I can do it. Well, first thing you do is you kill the power to the light. It's kind of an obvious thing. Basically, tools for most of these. You got your if I can find it, new ballast. Possibly a pair of, or a set of wire strippers, a socket or nut driver, whatever you got. Generally on electrical applications, size is 11/32, and sometimes you need a Phillips screwdriver. So anyway, I'll go ahead and change this out. I do not need wire nuts for this application. All these fixtures were originally 277 volt fixtures, so all those ballasts had to go away, being as I don't have 277 here. And I've already wired them all 120 volts, so I'll go ahead and go up there and see what I can do. The wire nuts are there, and they should be fine to reuse. If any of them don't feel good, I'll replace them with new. And get the cover down out of there. And what I did is I just took the two center bulbs out and moved them aside so I can get at this thing here, get that cover out, and then we'll see how this works. Yeah, the bolt that holds this ballast in, it's actually a nut, not a Phillips screw, so it'll be the 11/32 guy here. That just is the common size for electrical applications. So first thing I'm going to do, power is off, and even so, I'm going to go ahead and once I disconnect here, even though the power's off, I'm going to go ahead and just put my little cap on. First disconnect the hot, then we'll disconnect the common here. All these fixtures are also grounded here and grounded additionally over there. So yeah, anyway, so you got these two here. Some of the old ballasts, the old style, pre-electronic, actually they would store some power in a capacitor, so you always want to go ahead and short the hot one out to ground. Make sure to discharge any possible stored power in there. New electronic ones don't seem to be that way, but some of the old style, yeah, I've felt the wrath of whatever's inside of them. So anyway, I'll go ahead and remove these. Got the wire nuts here, I'll put them in my pocket. And then rather than reuse the previously stripped stuff, I'll go ahead and cut it off and I'll re-strip all the wires in the fixture before I hook it all back up to the new ballast. Pretty self-explanatory. The color codes are the same on the new ones. Got 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to put them back. Got a little bit of a wobbly here. I'm standing right on the top of this ladder, so I better keep track of what I'm doing here. On the screws, you loosen one end, and go ahead and remove the other nut. Don't drop it. They tend to disappear. You gotta find another one. And that's your old ballast. I think that old ballast has probably been in here, I don't know, probably 10 years, maybe more. So it did its time. Go ahead and snug these up, don't strip them. They're just kind of like little cap nuts. And yeah. So this one here has a yellow coming out with 2 blues and yellow coming out with the 2 reds. So yeah, I don't really think it matters which is which, but we'll go ahead and figure out which one's red and which one's blue. Maybe. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like this wire here goes to the outside, which corresponds to apparently blues. So the red ones are the inside. So this one here will go to this yellow. I'm going to put my strippers there. Outside. When you strip wires, you want to be careful not to nick the copper. If you put a nick in it and crank a wire nut down on it, sometimes it'll break inside the wire nut and you don't even know it. And then you'll be troubleshooting why your lights don't light up. So you've got to be real careful. Not to mention it lessens the wire diameter, so it's not rated for the amperage as it was before. So that was blue. This one here go on the other side, red. I always like to make everything nice and pretty here. And no need for zip ties or anything, because you can just take one of them and kind of wrap it around a little bit, and that'll keep it out of your way. That way you don't get them all stuck in your cover when you put it back on. We already have ground hooked up, so we're good there. We'll hook the common next. Most residential places, common and ground both go the same place, so unless you have a fault somewhere, common should be not live on the end here. And we do the hot last, and I never touch it even though I know it's turned off. Well, there you have it. Ballast replaced. Go ahead and fish this cover back up there around the insulation and stuff. Well, there you have it. And a quickie little ballast change. And we'll cut the copper off of that other one. Throw the rest of it in the scrap metal. Because it's an electronic style, it has no PCBs or anything in it. Anyway, thanks for watching.